gun on third down. Tannehill into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. They run again with Ajayi. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than...
Back now with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10-20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver.
A nice AFC West matchup.
On second down, here's Tannehill. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Tannehill, and he finds Julius Thomas. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Tannehill with a hook up to Thomas for a Dolphin first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Tannehill throwing again. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's third down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, he's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Dolphins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Tannehill. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
They are going for it. It's Tannehill. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. It's a pickup of 3 that time, and that's good for a Miami first down.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I'm just going to say it. I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot. And it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Gerald McCoy continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11.
Gerald McCoy's game just translates no matter who is calling the defenses and what defense he lines up in. Inside, outside, his ability to rush the passers is just significant for Tampa Bay.
Tannehill now, they give to Ajayi. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. Right at the 45. That run good for 6 yards, but they're still looking up at a 3rd and 15.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Now it's Tannehill. And this is going to be incomplete. Normally, I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
In his 3rd year now, here's the punter, Matt Darr, to kick this away. Back deep for the Bucs, Deshaun Jackson. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. To throw is Tannehill. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
And this one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And whistle blown. A timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? Here's Tannehill. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bucs are going to take it. So second quarter, this offense losing and hoping to get the football in the end zone for the first time. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Back to throw, Tannehill. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Robert Ayers. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack. All
right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. This offense struggling here in the second half. They have not scored yet. They'll try to change that here. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Here's Ajayi. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. And that is incomplete here. The tight end, Julius Thomas, the intended target. And it's 3rd and short. The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it. Tannehill on 3rd down. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. There he goes left side. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD.